All right, I'm going to move on to reader questions. We put the call out on Twitter and Facebook for reader questions. And actually, one thing we forgot to talk about, unfortunately, is Zen, because that was the. But I can actually sum up all the Zen news. AMD has Zen 8 cores, 16 threads, hyper-threading. Okay, it'll be out this year. That's pretty much the AMD news, right?
Great. Also, where can people send their questions?
Send questions. You can also send questions to us right now at the Full Nerd Podcast at PCWorld.com.
And on Twitter.
And on Twitter to either myself, Brad is at
Brad Charkis, BradChacos.
And you can send questions to Hayden because I'm sure he loves interaction.
At Hayden CD. And yeah, I probably will respond better than Gordon does.
Yes,
Gordon
I'm bad
hates
about
Twitter.
it.
Yeah, he's horrible.
And I am, Gordon Ung. We're at Twitter.
I'll probably make a dumb joke.
Isn't
it won't be a real
Gordon
response,
Ung?
but
the fake. Yeah, I am actually the fake Gordon Ung. Wait. So I got questions here. The first one's about Zen. So we forgot to talk about it. Obviously, the only thing we know is, hey, we got it. It works. It's going to come out. AMD said this week. This question comes from Marshall P. or at Secret Alien Cave. I would love to hear guesstimated hopeful prices for Zen. Many are disappointed by i7 Extreme offerings / prices. In other words, FU Intel, Marshall.
He's griping about. I was doing the same thing, griping about that $1,700 price point. That was AMD showed off Zen the exact same day that Intel was like, "Hey, check out this processor that's $1,700."
Right. I mean, yeah, the price. The price really was.
Yeah. What did I said? I thought it would be 1,000. The 8 core
you
would
guys
be
said
around
600.
$600.
No, $1,500.
The 6 core down around
man.
300, and no, that was not what happened.
Yeah, but the thing about that is you're going, hey, that $1,000 8 core, that's looking pretty good these days. It's like, ooh, what a deal, right? $1,000 for your 8 core.
Well, here's the thing: they added an extra $84 compared to the 8 core price last year too.
Yeah. The price it's inflation.
I mean, what are you gonna buy Zen? That's Intel's thing.
Well, I know that's Intel's why don't you go buy an AMD chip? Oh, right, you want to finish your project today, right? That's Intel, but Zen is going to be different, right? We're talking 40% faster than Vishera, 8 cores, hyper-threading, could be a real threat. So how much? Everybody want to. What's everybody's predictions? What do you think?
Is this Price is Right rules?
$200 less than
Remember, 8
whatever
cores.
Intel's comparative.
Okay, so 1,100. It's about 1080 for the Intel 8 core Broadwell-E.
A 40% jump over Viscera is amazing. I don't know if that necessarily gets it equal with Intel in pure per thread performance.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking 8 core, 16 threads. I think it'll be comparable to like AMD's, Intel's $400, $500.
Oh, so $500. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I would probably go higher than that. I think that they can bank off the Intel prices and probably hit around like 600, 700.
Essentially, I was going to guess 650. So we're actually all kind of in the same range. 650, really, it's a good offset versus Intel 8 core.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's as high as they can go because I don't think they have the name value anymore in CPUs to pull off much higher.
Yeah.
That said, I think they have the rabid fan base. The people who love
do.
AMD, and the second that Zen comes out, they're going to sell one of those chips to every person who puts the Red Team Plus sticker on their Twitter profile.
Well, and then, honestly, if you're really getting, sort of like, you're not going to, if you don't get quite 8 core performance, you get maybe 6.5, 7 core performance, but it's $600. That'd be like, I would probably go AMD if I were building a system for, that kind of threading performance. Certainly not going to be buying the $1,700 one because I can't afford it. But
I don't think people are saying. I've seen people on Twitter saying, "Oh man, I hope it's affordable, like $300 or $400." I don't think that's going to happen.
That low.
Yeah, that seems way too low.
Then again, I mean, they did just price this graphics card at $200, so who knows?
Yeah, but this is going to be a high-end part, and
yeah,
AMD's crazy. They just got the crazy eyes going now.
But I think the awesome thing is if they come out with 650, Intel's going to react if they're even close to their 8 core part. Are they going to okay, we're going to sell it for $800, and now we'll move the 10 core down to $1,200, which make you a little less.
That'd be nice.
Complainy.
That's what I think Intel's doing. They're just making the money that they can until Zen comes out, and then they're going to price accordingly until then.
Right. Yeah, I'm surprised they just didn't make it like $12,000 because you've got no choice. $12,000. Like, what the hell? Yeah. This is one. This is from Benj Edwards, as we all know, at Benj Edwards, one of our writers. Actually, it's a great question. Do 8 or 10 core CPUs have any practical uses for everyday desktop PC users? Do you think they ever will?
No.
No.
And probably no.
It depends on what you're doing it for. I mean, because there are a handful of specialized applications that do take advantage of all those cores. Like if you're video editing or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure, I just
those would
don't.
be
I
great.
don't include those in everyday. Like to me,
Yeah,
everyday
yeah,
desktop
that's
PC
fair.
users are like the people that browse email and the web.
Yeah,
and
get
like,
a Chromebook.
Like maybe
Chromebook.
if you're one of those people like me that opens a million tabs and just leaves them open all the time.
Chrome
and,
is a
and you're
resource
using
hog,
Chrome.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
If you're using Chrome, you're screwed. So
Yeah.
Firefox at least doesn't load your tabs until you actually click on them, so you can have a million tabs open at once.
Yeah.
So yeah, like maybe if you were that person, but that's a doubtful niche case. I don't think anybody normal needs 8 or 10 cores.
Yeah, I'm kind of caught in between this because I will say that 10 core chip, man, you gotta really work it to stress it out. You're just like ladling multi-threaded apps on multi-threaded apps just to really get the most performance out of it. So that's definitely not an everyday desktop PC user. At home I'm an everyday desktop PC user though. I play video games. I'll just do a quick edit in Premiere or encode something in Handbrake. It's like, it's nice watching all 8 cores on that machine just kind of move along, and it's like, okay, that makes it worth it. So
Yeah, well, and
it does
I think
depend
that
on
like
how you define every day.
I think games will eventually, like I think 8 core and 10 core, maybe like 10 years down the road.
Oh man, that is forever.
But
When
like,
you
I
get
think-
in the time machine and go back to 2006, and we're like, what the hell were we rolling back then? That was like, think of video
dual
cards.
cores.
No, I don't know. 2006, we were all probably core. Where did Core 2 come around? Like 2007. So
Yeah,
we'd all
just
be
after.
using. You'd either, if you were a loser, you'd be using Pentium 4 still, or you'd be using an Athlon, right? So if you were cool, you'd have your Athlon, but it'd be a single core
Yeah.
Athlon. So 10 years is a hell of a long time.
Oh, it's a long time. I just think that in general, the pace at which those things are bumping up because the average person doesn't use them.
Yeah.
I feel like we're not like there's no impetus for most people to go to a 6-core or 8-core chip yet.
I tell you what, it might be sacrilege here, but I tell most normal people that I know, my aunts, my friends, so on and so forth, who aren't gamers,
Your aunt.
hey man, go buy like a high-end AMD APU or buy a Core i3. I mean, you don't need to throw more than you need to at these things.
I mean, even for games, that's always
Yeah,
been
dual's
like
fine.
for games, an i5, like a mid-range, non-overclockable i5, has been the standard for so long now, and we're finally starting to move to i7s just so you can get that hyper-threading.
Right.
But for most people, most people do not need more than that performance for any game right now, and it's been that way for years. Like
Yeah.
the dual core just went out of style like 2 years ago.
That's just
They
sad.
stopped
Hayden. That's
supporting
just-
that.
That is a sad future. I mean, that's like 10 years. We're like 2026.
I mean, Brad likes that though. Brad's
be
written
using-
a lot of things about it's nice that normal people don't have to upgrade their PC every 5 years or whatever, which I agree with. Like it's cool
Yeah.
that you can buy a PC and you run it for a long time if you're just a normal person.
Yeah, but I got to say the problem with that though, and this is our problem is Microsoft and all of the app developers, they're like, we're going to write everything. Hey, you don't need, you're running Word and Office. You don't need a quad core. You don't need 10 cores, right? But hell, if they had actually 5 years ago said, look, people are going to have this much compute performance. We need to really push Word. I mean, it's crazy. But what if they
Clippy needs
I know this
extra
is crazy.
animations.
that word art
Yeah.
needs.
Why does a person need to be writing their stupid sentences? You could be writing it for them in Word. You've got the computing power. If
Well,
they had done that,
Yeah, you're gonna have a bot, like AI driving
AI,
itself.
it's writing it
it's
for
writing
you.
for
It's-
you. Yeah,
it's like real time editing.
you can need a lot of cores for that AI.
This is this
yeah.
is terrible. It would highlight it in red, saying this is bad prose, terrible. But just think that seems insane now. But if they had started that
No, I
10
agree.
years ago,
Well, that's-
we would not be in the world we're at. Where the PC you can get by with with an Atom based Chromebook and what else do you need, right?
It's because of
That's
cell
kind of
phones.
that's kind of why AMD's struggling right now, right? Because they put all their chips on this heterogeneous computing. The idea that we would need more cores and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and it just didn't. App developers didn't follow their vision on
No,
that.
I agree. I feel like part of the problem with the PC is we've reached a like a good enough point in
Right.
in everything that's not games. Like games are the one area where people are still like, no, I need more, and that's crazy.
No,
because
I'd say for video encoding, I always
sure, yeah,
I want more.
absolutely. For
yes.
performance and stuff, which is like a small niche.
Yeah.
But for like your general day-to-day user, we've reached this good enough point where it's like, well, my browser runs good enough and my email runs good enough. So like, what would I need more for? And the problem is because of that, we've reached a point where now nobody even wants to come up with the ideas that are better than good enough, like that, because they just are like, well, who cares? Like we can just Microsoft can put out the same exact copy of Word they've been putting out for the last 10 years.
Right.
And do a couple of UI tweaks, and everybody's like, fine, I'll pay $250 because like they're the only ones doing it.
Yeah, but why? I mean, why not make use if they just made use of all the compute resources,
Yeah,
like GPU
absolutely.
and CPU, and like, is it too hard to expect AI in Word or something?
I mean, my PC
know?
runs at like, my PC is using like 10% of its power at any given moment. Until I boot up a game, and then a game will, push that thing up to the max. But like for just like if I go home right now and I just turn on my computer and it's running Firefox and Word and like maybe Evernote or
Yeah,
something.
you could run it in a Celeron.
I'm running. Yeah, I run it off my phone every day.
And that's
like,
our problem.
That's all I need.
And that is our problem: is the lazy app developers are not pushing the edge, which is why
And they all moved over to
gaming is
phones,
awesome on
right?
PC,
Like that's the problem is every app developer pretty much moved over to phones and was like, well, we're going to push our mobile offering.
Just imagine,
And that feels like old PC offerings where like every year
Right.
there's a measurable increase in like what those phones can do. And even there, we're starting to reach a plateau of like when's the last time you heard about a crazy new app on your phone that did something that your old phone couldn't actually do? I mean, I guess like fingerprint scanning was the last time, and that
Yeah,
wasn't even very interesting.
Yeah.
So
But I'm just saying, imagine if app developers, like productivity apps,
yeah,
developed like game developers.
Yeah.
Right? Like you make some little
I want to use
crappy-
all 8 cores. And,
Yeah, like
and-
if you want to we're going to make this thing like, man, you're going to be like balls out. You need 10 cores for this.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems crazy, but we would not be in the crappy situation we're at with the PC right
Yeah.
now.
Or at least something
Right.
that scales, right? So, like, if you run it on a dual core thing, you can get the basics. But if you have a 10-core chip, I mean, it'll ramp up and kick more ass.
Right.
Yeah, and the problem is like I don't even know what that like. We're joking about like maxing out Word, and like I don't even really know what I would want out of Word. I just know that like there
it'd
must
be
be something.
awesome.
Like that's not my job, right? Like my job is not to come up with crazy things that Word can do.
Could you imagine though you're writing and it's just like telling you like, oh no, that's wrong, and not like how it's kind of wrong now, but like really good. Like,
Well, yeah, it
if
would
you
be
wrote
great.
it better like this, and it learns your style, and then pretty soon
So like
you're
that's one that
I
I would
can't- I
love.
can't
it's
Right?
wait
Like,
working
write
for
that
you.
that's what I would love, right? Like my phone will just learn words automatically. Like if I type somebody's name 100,000 times, it eventually goes, oh, that's a real word. I'm just gonna offer that as like a word that he wants to type. And like Word still doesn't do that. Like if I'm writing an article about myself, which is weird, but if I'm writing about myself and I write my name 100,000 times, it'll still highlight every single one as if that's not a word. And the fact that we don't have like that sort of predictive learning on dictionaries and stuff like that seems like stuff that would be very easy to fold in
Right.
with not much of a power increase. But no, we still have boring 2007 era Word.
Okay, I'm going to move on to the next question before we get the finger. This is from Felipe Ribeiro.
The finger from Adam or the finger from Microsoft?
Probably from people
talking
like
crap
yeah,
about
from-
Word.
yeah, Word. I'm sure the Word team is listening to every single thing right now. They're like, oh my god, that'd be great.
The
We could
Word
just-
team is like one guy.
Why didn't we break out this time machine, go back in time, and insert that in a Word? Would that be awesome though? Suddenly, like they go back, they insert that, and then God,
My job
You
would
don't
be
mess
way
with the
easier.
timeline, right?
yeah. Well, you could. They should
Don't
mess with the timeline.
timeline.
They should mess with the timeline. They'd go back. They'd make Word awesome. We would not have this like, well, I don't need more than a Celeron or a 7-year-old Pentium 4 to use Microsoft Word crap, right?
Hey, this headline doesn't look clickbaity enough.
Yeah,
Do you want to make it more
You make
clickbaity?
clickbaity?
Thanks, Clippy. I do.
Yeah. Clippy. It'd be like Clippy would come back like the Terminator. It'd be like, damn, that'd be scary, right?
I can't
Like,
wait
all, like,
to-
bulked out and like with an Uzi.
I can't wait to see Clippy with anti-aliasing on.
live.
Clippy in 4K with
VR Clippy.
oh
He's
man.
coming right at you.
That would be. I was going to use some harsh language there. That'd be awesome. Like Terminator Clippy, man. All right. So Felipe wants to know, what is the socket for AMD 812 that was also announced this week, which is their new APU. Bad news, the new APU is mobile only, so forget about putting it in your desktop yet. And I think the new 812 in desktop will be on the AM4 socket, which is they're having reunification because, as you know, AMD's had like FM1, FM2, FM3, FN12 or something. They're going to combine everything back into one socket so you can run APUs and CPUs. So you can run Zen CPUs and Zen APUs down the road with your 812 probably.
Yeah, right now they have like 3 or 4 different motherboard types, socket types, and the idea is to get everybody on. I think it's called AM4 Plus.
Right.
Once Zen comes out, once all these APUs come out.
It's just a mess. I mean, I couldn't even keep up when they first came out with FM1, and then it was like, oh, that doesn't work with FM2. We need FM2, and then like they came up with 3 FMs within like a year and a half of each other. It was a disaster. Noel Grant asks an enterprise-like question: how will Broadwell E impact per-core licensing? Bad news, Grant. I looked this up. Microsoft anticipated this and has already screwed you because they probably went back in time. If you are running a server. You must license 16 cores for a one-piece server. So yeah, 10 cores. They've already designed it, so you are already screwed on this. You've been pre-screwed on the mini-core server.
Thanks, Obama.
Or server. Last one from am I gonna get this right? It's from Hussam Skywhacker.
I feel like Waker, but
could be Waker, but. Sorry, man, if that's your real name. Will there be any downgrade in price of the previous generations? And I'm assuming this is a Broadwell E question. So he wants to know, now that Broadwell E is out, can you get Haswell E cheaper?
Probably. But
barely.
I don't know. Like, I don't know how long those will be in stock. So
yeah, they usually don't do that, right?
No, they have it. They have you figured out. Bad news, Skywhacker. They have it figured out. They get you coming and going. So no, you will never save anything on those old CPUs.
I mean, as Brad said, you're already saving, $50 or whatever off the new one. So, if Newegg has one, you might as well go with that if that's what you want. But
actually, I think you are saving on the old one because the old one's only $1,000.
Only.
Yeah, well, you didn't say
pricing.
that last year. It was a Haswell E was like all you never get is like $1,000. What do you think I am? You think I'm rich or something? You think I'm Zuckerberg? I'm just gonna break out like they just throw $1,000 bills on the floor for the CPU.
Is Zuckerberg our new? Is he our new Bill Gates?
Yeah, but you just kind of
cite now as like.
I don't think
like Zuckerberg.
I never sort of see like Bill Gates is like throwing the $1,000 bills out at you, but you can see maybe Mark.
No, he's too busy. He's throwing $1,000 bills at mosquitoes.
Yeah, that's true. But no, they got your but think about it now. Now you're like, holy man, 8 cores, $1,000. Yeah, that's not I don't feel bad at all now.
That was a nice catch.
It really did work. I mean, now it's like $1,700 is so ridiculous over the top. You're like
for 2 more cores.
2 more cores. It's just it's like why? It's like they don't even want to sell it almost. I mean, it's awesome. Again, it body slams 8-core Haswell E, but for $723 more, I'm sorry. So it worked. Or that
I
was
can't
our
afford
last
either
question.
of them. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, but if you had your choice, you're like, well, you got to put a gun to my head. I got to buy with them. I'll take the $1,000 Haswell E. I mean, what the hell? $1,700? No, that's too much. I'll take this one. It's a good deal. All right, so that is the last for the questions.
Hey, yeah, thanks for pre-screening them this time.
Yes,
too.
I actually
that
highlighted
nice.
them
Yeah,
rather than
that went real good this time.
Yeah, actually.
What
and
happened,
looking
what
up
happened
the
last
answers.
time?
Last time,
I
he
got lost.
got him cold. He just I haven't looked at
It was
these.
like real
I pulled
time.
him straight off Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised there wasn't one that said "Go screw yourself." Like Hassam Skywalker says, "Go screw yourself."
Hey, it's Skywhacker.
Skywhacker. God, man, I feel bad. Like maybe I ruined that guy's name. Like,
Yeah, on air too.
well, of course I've gotten that all the time. So
I just feel
it's
like-
cool, man.
I feel like it can't be Skywaker.
You don't think so? Not Sky. Well, the W's uppercase too.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's got to be a screen name.
Skywhacker might be. Maybe that's what kind of like Skywhacker. I don't know.
Maybe like a play off of Skywalker.
It's got to be.
Skywalker.
Yeah.
But whacking, so
Yeah.
whacking.
Okay. Yeah.
All right,
We'll
so
go with that.
We'll go with that. Anyway, thank you. You have wasted 1 hour of your life on the Full Nerd. Check back in 2 weeks for your fix of all PC talk, hopefully less console talk, although we did trash talk them a little bit. For audio listeners, subscribe to us on iTunes and your favorite Android podcast app. Send questions and comments to the Full Nerd Podcast at PCWorld.com. Thanks for coming. I'm Gordon Ung with Brad Chalkus. God, I screwed that up. Sorry.
Charkus.
With Brad Skywhacker
Speaking of last names,
Brad Tacos.
and Hayden Digman. You gotta say bye, man.
Oh.
You gotta say you're
Bye.
like rude, man. Don't leave people hanging. And of course, if we don't give him credit, he will F us up in the edit. Adam Patrick Murray on the camera.
Yeah.
We'll
and
see.
and give him the fingers.
Give him
yeah.
the fingers.
Yeah.
He'll just see. That's what people know. People like normally we don't see the people behind the camera, but if we didn't have him on the camera, he would just F us up. We'd seem like idiots, right?
Just
He'd
stand back there, just
cut us
like-
together with dead air, and we seem like we didn't know what we were doing.
well, it's real good because he starts going like this when we're
Yeah,
rambling.
yeah.
Yeah, but he's
So-
doing it like this. Oh, I
Yeah.
can't do that. Wait, sorry.
Oh
Nothing.
man! Now I gotta
Now-
blur
now you
that
gotta
out.
blur
Blur that out.
Oh man!
All right. Anyway, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
For some E3 action.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
right.
say
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right in the middle
Three.
of E3, right?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be down in LA.
Oh, we should have done like a
I'm gonna be there
preview. I
too,
forgot
yeah.
about this. Too much to talk about.
I'm
What
gonna-
are your
So much to talk about.
predictions?
I already
new
talked.
Xbox?
Yeah,
new Xbox.
new Xbox, new PS4, probably some games.
Yeah, there'll be games there.
Any
Yeah.
PC hardware that we care about?
No.
No.
I mean, I've got
AMD's gaming show, the PC gamer show that they
Yeah.
do.
yeah,
oh,
they're gonna-
AMDs or PC gamers?
well, they're partnered, so it's kind of weird.
It's going to be a dual RX 480 card. Going to be out in August of
Nope.
2018, maybe? No.
I'm going to disagree, and I'm going to say 480 is probably the high end they're doing the immediately. I bet you the next one will be the 470, even cheaper.
Really? So your predictions
That's my
are...
guess.
All right, my prediction is...
wow.
My prediction is there will be a new Xbox, and Microsoft has gotten its ass handed to it by the PS4, so this next Xbox is going to kick the crap out of the PS4.
And it's gonna be called the Xbox 5,
Xbox 560.
It's gonna be called Xbox Windows 10.
Xbox Turn On.
Man, we just can't turn this damn thing off. Where's the off button? Let's
get outta here.
Just cut us out.
All right.
Out.
Out. Cut.